Are the gods in Assassin's Creed really gods? In the Assassin's Creed universe, the gods from mythology are not true gods. Characters like Zeus, Odin, and Anubis are actually members of an ancient and advanced civilization called the ISU. Because of their powerful technology and abilities, humans in the past saw them as divine beings. This series explores how advanced technology can be mistaken for supernatural power. Who are the ISU? The truth behind the legends of the gods. The gods depicted in the Assassin's Creed universe are not, as humans might imagine, supernatural beings. Their origins lie in the ISU race, an incredibly advanced civilization that lived long before humanity. The ISU possessed advanced technology, powerful intelligence, and knowledge beyond human comprehension. When ancient humans saw these powers, they accepted them as gods, and over time, true stories transformed into legends. Odin, Loki, Thor, and other Norse gods appear in the Assassin's Creed universe as a mythological reflection of the ISU past. In short, the game combines ancient myths with science fiction, offering its own answer to the question, what lay behind the beings considered gods? Odin, the ruler in the game and the god of wisdom in mythology. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Odin is presented not only as a powerful ruler but also as a leader obsessed with knowledge and learning about the future. In Ivar's visions, Odin is depicted as an ISU who tries to change his own destiny and preserve his power and knowledge. In true Norse mythology, Odin is the god of wisdom, war, magic, and prophecy. He sacrificed one of his eyes for knowledge and endured great suffering to learn the secrets of the runes. He is not only a warrior, but also a constantly learning, cunning, and profoundly thoughtful god. Assassin's Creed takes these characteristics of Odin and portrays him similarly to his mythological character. However, it adapts him to its own science fiction universe, transforming the story into a different one. Loki, a traitor or a misunderstood god. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Loki appears as one of Odin's greatest rivals. In the game, Loki, notable for his intelligence, plans, and hidden agendas, is not just an enemy, but a crucial part of major historical events. His story revolves around revenge, freedom, and the desire for self-determination. In true Norse mythology, however, Loki is not seen as entirely evil. He is the god of deceit, cunning, and change. Sometimes he helps the gods, sometimes he causes them great trouble. One of his best-known stories is his significant role in the beginning of Ragnarok. Assassin's Creed uses this complex nature of Loki to portray him not just as a bad guy, but as a character with his own goals and beliefs. Perhaps what makes Loki interesting is the uncertainty about whether he is truly evil or merely someone trying to write his own story. Thor, the true story behind Mjolnir. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Thor appears as one of the most important Norse gods, known for his strength and fighting abilities. The game reinterprets Thor as a powerful warrior connected to the ISU era, and his hammer, Mjolnir, one of his most important symbols, holds great significance. In true Norse mythology, Thor is the god of lightning, thunder, strength, and protection. He is known as a brave warrior who protects humans and gods from giants. His most powerful weapon, Mjolnir, is a sacred hammer forged by dwarves and is Thor's greatest strength against his enemies. Mjolnir is not just a weapon, it also represents order, protection, and power. According to legends, Thor uses this hammer to fight giants, control lightning, and protect the world from chaos. Assassin's Creed Valhalla takes these legendary aspects of Thor and adapts them to its own science fiction universe. Thus, Mjolnir is interpreted not only as a mythological weapon but also as a powerful technology from the ISU era. Freya and Tyr, the forgotten gods in the game. While not as prominent as Odin, Thor, and Loki in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Freya and Tyr are among the most important figures in Norse mythology. The game reinterprets these characters in connection with the ISU past and adapts their stories to its own universe. In true Norse mythology, Freya is a powerful goddess associated with love, beauty, magic, and war. She is also one of the most important representatives of the mysterious art of magic called seer. She is not only an elegant figure, but also a powerful war goddess who accepts some of the heroes who fall in battle. Tyr, on the other hand, is known as the god of courage, justice, and war. His most famous story is that of sacrificing his own hand to bind the fearsome wolf Fenrir. This sacrifice is one of the most important legends demonstrating Tyr's honor and sense of responsibility. Assassin's Creed Valhalla uses Freya and Tyr, drawing inspiration from their mythological characteristics, but makes them part of the ISU story. Thus, these two characters appear not only as gods, but also as powerful, forgotten beings from the ancient world. Ragnarok. The differences between Assassin's Creed and Norse mythology. Ragnarok, one of the greatest events in Norse mythology, is described as a great battle that determined the fate of the gods, giants, and the world. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, however, adapts this legend to its own universe, offering a different perspective. In the real mythology, Ragnarok is a great apocalypse where Odin, Thor, Loki, and the other gods, knowing their fate, move towards an inevitable end. During this event, a massive battle takes place, many gods lose their lives, and the world is reborn. Thor fights Jormungandr. Odin is killed by the wolf Fenrir. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ragnarok is reinterpreted as the great catastrophe and struggle for survival experienced by the ISU civilization. Since the gods are actually ISU, the events are explained more through advanced technology and scientific explanations than through mystical powers. The game's biggest difference is that instead of telling the mythological story verbatim, it combines it with science fiction and historical understanding. Thus, Ragnarok becomes not just a war of the gods, but a story of the destruction of an ancient civilization and the legacy it left to future generations. The biggest mythological inaccuracies in the game. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, while heavily inspired by Norse mythology, differs from the original legends in several ways. This is because Ubisoft, instead of simply reproducing the mythology, adapted it to its own ISU and science fiction universe. In the original mythology, Odin, Thor, and Loki are depicted as gods with supernatural powers, while in the game, their origins are linked to the advanced civilization of ISU. This is Assassin's Creed's own interpretation of the story. Another major difference lies in the characters of the gods. For example, in mythology, Loki is not merely an evil enemy. He is a complex figure who sometimes helps the gods and sometimes opposes them. In the game, however, he takes on a different role depending on the needs of the story. Furthermore, Ragnarok is depicted not simply as a war, as in the original legends, but as the end and rebirth of the world. Assassin's Creed, however, reshapes this event as a major crisis experienced by the ISU civilization. In short, Assassin's Creed Valhalla doesn't misrepresent mythology. Rather, it reinterprets it according to its own universe. The game is not a historical source. It's a grand fictional story inspired by real legends. Conclusion. How accurately does Assassin's Creed portray mythology? Assassin's Creed Valhalla is not a direct adaptation of Norse mythology. The game takes Odin, Loki, Thor, and other gods from real legends and adapts them to its own ISU and science fiction universe. In mythology, Odin is depicted as a god of wisdom and war, Thor as a powerful warrior protecting humanity, and Loki as a cunning and volatile figure. Assassin's Creed preserves these characteristics while giving the characters a different origin and a new story. The game's greatest success lies in its use of the spirit and symbols of mythological characters. Many elements, such as Mjolnir, Ragnarok, Asgard, and the relationships between the gods, are inspired by real legends. However, the concept of ISU, the explanation of the gods through technology, and some character changes are entirely Assassin's Creed's own interpretation. In conclusion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla doesn't tell mythology like a history book. It transforms it into a unique story that combines legend, history, and science fiction. Perhaps what makes the game compelling is the question, who are the gods really? That's the different answer he gave to the question.